Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Anime Defenders video. In this video, I'm going to be making the best infinite tier list for Anime Defenders. This is going to be a tier list for units you should use in infinite, because obviously right now in the game, infinite is the best thing you could do for gems and trade rolls in the game, and pretty much any game content right now, because there's not really raids or anything that they have added yet. So infinite is the best thing you want. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys a tier list of the units you actually want to get for infinite and which units you should save your gems for. If you guys do find this video helpful, make sure you do like and subscribe, and yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so let's get right into this. So remember, this tier list is for infinite. These units wouldn't be ranked the same if it's for anything like story or something else, but let's get right into this. First, we have Sharpshooter. This is the Hill mythic. She's not that bad, but I would put her in B tier. She does good damage, has a good circle AoE in infinite, but she's just not as good as the other units in this list. B tier. It's pretty mid damage and no like damage over time, no full AoE, nothing really good about her besides like some decent damage. So gonna go in B tier, just some good damage. Next we have Garp. Now Garp is gonna be probably, I'm gonna go with Prime Garp. Prime Garp, this is probably gonna be the best unit, or maybe the second best unit in infinite. Now as you see here, I do have my Roblox open right now, doing an infinite right now, doing a leaderboard run, and as you see Garp here, where's he at? Right here. This is Garp. This guy is 100% one of the best units in the game for infinite, if not the best. As you see, he's full AoE. Mine's Almighty, so here I'll show you an not Almighty one, but he's full AoE, 33,000 damage every 13.5 seconds, and yeah, this is his AoE. His AoE makes him absolutely insane for this, so yeah, Garp is definitely going to be going in S tier. Alright, next we have Elf Hero, Freerin. Freerin is also going to be going in F tier, or S tier, sorry. It's the same reason that Garp is going in S tier. As you see, I also have Freerin right here. Look at the AoE. It's just full AoE. Anything with full AoE is automatically going to be S tier for infinite runs, especially if they have high damage, and as Garp and Freerin are the only full AoE champs in the game right now. And as Garp and Freerin are both like the only units in the game that have full AoE right now, they're both going to be S tier because they just carry infinite so hard. As you see, full AoE, good damage, decent spa, and good range. So yeah, this unit's also S tier. Very, very good unit. I think Garp and Freerin are definitely must-need units if you want to grind infinite. Those are the two units I use to grind my infinite when I macro it. If you guys want to know how to macro infinite, go to my last video. Makes so many gems an hour, but yeah, Freerin is also going to be S tier. Alright, next up, we have Sung Jinru, the pro gamer. Now, he's going to go in A tier. People probably expected me to put him in S tier, but as you see here, he's also in this infinite run, and you go to him right here. The only reason I'm not putting him in S tier is because it's AoE. As you see, he has a line AoE, and line AoE equals bad in infinite. It's not very good, because right now it's good, because this whole line, it's decent, but once they get past this line, then it's weird, because he's only hitting like a few enemies out of all of them in the infinite, especially when it gets to later waves. He's good though. He does really, really high damage, really low SPA, and he also summons people. There's no summons right here right now because they're barely even getting to where he is, but yeah, I mean, he's literally an insane unit. I wouldn't put him S tier as good as like this guy just because of the AoEs, but yeah, if he didn't have a line AoE, if he has other AoEs, then he would be an S tier, but for now, he's gonna go in A tier because even his summons don't really matter that much. He barely gets them in this mode, and I don't know if Almighty affects it and makes it lower, but I would put him A tier. He's still really solid, don't get me wrong, but I would say Freerin and Garp are still better than him in A tier, especially if they're Almighty. But yeah, line AoE equals bad. Alright, next one, we have Skull Paladin. Now, Skull Paladin isn't that bad, but he is also a line AoE. Skull Paladin is probably one of the best mythics in the game right now, especially for anything besides it. But as you see in Infinite, he's the same thing. He has a 53 range for full line AoE, so he's actually pretty good on Windmill Village because as you see, he can hit this entire line. So he's not bad on this one, but there's still better units than him because line AoE, guys, like I'm saying, if they get past this line, he's not good anymore. He's going to be hitting a couple units when you have units like Garp hitting every single unit on the map still. So yeah, he's gonna be like B tier. He's pretty good. He is pretty decent damage, good spot, but his line AoE just makes him not as good as the other units. But don't get me wrong, when you place him, he spawns in full AoE, so this guy is literally insane for like story mode. He'll probably be insane for raids. He'll be insane for everything else, but infinite, he's just decent. He's alright. Alright, next up, we have Thunder Shinobi. Now, this guy is also going to go B tier. He's just nothing very special about him. He has good AoE. He has good damage, good AoE. But, I mean, he's just a mid unit, I'm going to be honest. His damage isn't as high as other people on this list, and his AoE is, like, pretty normal. So, yeah, he's going to go to B tier. He's not very good. I would honestly say Skull Paladin is better than him. Actually, no, I'd probably say these are the same. Skull Paladin and Thunder God. They probably on the same exact tier, and Sharpshooter is, like, all of these would be probably the same for me because they all have like decent damage, decent AoE. So I'd probably put them all on B tier. Probably Skull Planet last just because of his line AoE. I'm literally a hater of line AoE. It's just not good in infinite. Alright, next is Cursed King. This guy is definitely going to go in top of A tier. I don't know if he's better than Sunjin. Probably not. He's so insane, though. This is the best damage over time unit in the game, and damage over time means bleeding and burn. What Curse King does, as you see here, he bleeds and burns them, as you see, bleeding and burning. And this is the damage. This guy's only level 46, by the way, so yeah, mine is not even that high level, but yeah, this guy's insane. He has a good AoE, he bleeds and burns, which makes his damage over time absolutely crazy, and his SPA is pretty low, so this unit is literally insane. You guys should definitely get him. He's good for like everything. Infinite, he's very, very good. Damage over time, burn, bleed is very necessary, and some maps will have like regen bosses, so you really do need to bleed. He's the only bleeding in the game right now, so he's definitely going in A tier. Very, very good unit. I'd probably put him under Sunjin. I don't think he's better than Sunjin. Next is Flame Dragon God. Now this is Natsu. This guy, I also have him. I would probably put him probably the same as Curse King or under him. As you see here, this is him right now. This is a fully maxed one. As you see, he's level 60 Evo, has Sonic on, and this guy's doing 17,595 damage with a 6 SPA. Pretty much the same as this guy. They pretty much the same exact DPS, except this guy's like 14 levels lower. So, to be honest, I think this guy is better, and this guy also burns and does damage over time. So, yeah, I'd probably put Natsu just right under Sukuna. Not much to say here. His AoE is good. They have like the same AoEs. That's why they're both pretty good. So, yeah, he's definitely gonna go. He's gonna go like one below Sukuna, but he's still very, very good. All right, next is 𝐓𝐀𝐆𝐒. Now, 𝐓𝐂RI is literally insane. I'd probably put 𝐓𝐂RI above Freeman, maybe, or yeah, I'd probably put him above. I wouldn't put him above Garp, but I'd definitely put him above Freeman. As you see here, my friend here, my Infinite Run, has an almighty 𝐓𝐂RI. Where's he at? Right here. 170,000 damage every 8.5 seconds, and look how big his AoE is, by the way. You could pretty much say he's full AoE. Like if a unit's here, he's hitting everyone. If he's hitting everyone in this entire place, so yeah, I mean his AoE is insane. He's insane damage, but yeah, I mean this is an almighty one to be fair, but yeah, still he does insane damage. He's a 2 placement though, so almighty. If you have almighty on him, honestly, no, I'd do this. If you have almighty on him, he's the best unit in Infinite. I'd probably say right now, but without almighty, I'd say he's right here under Freeman. So yeah, I'd put him under Freeman because obviously not everyone's gonna have Almighty. Not everyone's even have his unit in the first place because he's so rare. But my friend has an Almighty one plus he's a 𝐓𝐂RI. So Almighty would be the best unit in the game in my opinion. He just does so much damage and with a low SPA and insane AoE. But yeah, I'd probably put him under 𝐓𝐿 normally because normally he's only a 2 placement, which makes his DPS a lot lower compared to these 3 placements like Garp and Freeman. So yeah, he's gonna be under Freeman, and that's probably the placement I'm gonna put him. Alright, next is 𝐓𝐀𝐆𝐒. Now, 𝐓𝐶king is going to go in B tier of these guys. What he does is he's just decent damage, decent AoE, same as these ones. I'd say these 3 are literally the same. They have decent damage, decent AoE, so I don't know which one's actually over the other ones. I just never probably got getting any of them. And Skull Paladin, I mean, I don't want to say Skull Paladin is the worst in the game in Infinite because like his damage is still really high. Don't get me wrong, because I know he's good, so there's no specific ranking here. I'd say all these 4 are probably the same, so yeah, no ranking there. And then Itadori, this guy's support. He's literally insane. If you guys don't know what he does, as you see here, he's full AoE, and every time he hits someone, it makes them take like 15% more damage from everything. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, that I don't need to explain on that. That's literally broken. So, always bring Sukuna or Itadori if you have no other unit to bring. He makes everyone take 50% more damage once you get his full AoE last upgrade, and it's insane. Next is 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐿. Now, what Pink Rockstar does is obviously gives them all the damage buff, as you see, gives them all 15% or 20% more damage and an entire AoE. So this unit's support much needed. If there was no support tier, I think I'd put both of them in S tier, but obviously yeah, there's your support. Next one is 𝐓𝐻𝐿. 𝐓𝐻𝐿 is part of series these guys, but I'd say he's part of the worst because his damage is just the lowest, I'm pretty sure. So I'd probably put him the lowest, but he's pretty much the same as these guys. Has a decent AoE and decent damage, so he's probably going to B tier as well. They just released like 4 of these mythics that do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, they all do this. They all do literally the same thing. So yeah, they're all probably gonna go here. And then next is Ice Admiral, also gonna go in support. This is not the only slow unit in the game, but it's the best slow unit in the game. As you see here, it slows and it's full AoE, which just makes it insane. So yeah, that guy is definitely gonna go in support tier. But yeah, this is my list. This is why I would probably put my Infinite tier list stats: Garp, Freeman, and 𝐓𝐂RI at S. For Pro Gamer, Curse King and Flame Dragon God at A, Skull Paladin, Thunder God, Sharpshooter, 𝐓𝐀𝐻𝐿, and 𝐓𝐻𝐿 at B, and support are these 3 units. These are like must-needed support. So yeah, this is my Infinite tier list, guys. Remember, this is only for Infinite mode. If this was like story mode or overall, like Skull Paladin would probably be in like top A tier because it's insane elsewhere. But yeah, this is Infinite only. But yeah, that is going to be my Infinite tier list, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you do like and subscribe and for more anime defenders content. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.